In previous parts,
This vehicle, coolant blowing, and it can be stuck. This switchable special tool or be disassembled. So type of a coolant and camshafts for with assembling right. First turbo, taking those numbers.
Installation of the injectors.
As always, through the holes in the sprocket. And this sucks. Set up timing marks. And it's not very elastic, so install it nice and sealant from
5 minutes after applying the sealant.
and look what you done. Don't connect one of those hoses to release trapped air. Coolant hose that goes to the injector for reducing agent. So and bleed, just we're removing this hose over here from the connecting pipes for coolant hoses. It goes from pipe that goes to the heater over there, and so the air little by little goes away. You can use compressed air, just a little bit, 1.5 bars, just a little bit, slowly press. You can hear. And coolant level will drop when you remove it. As you can see, coolant already is flowing. And coolant capacity is approximately from 7 to 8.5 liters. Without switchable water pumping system, there is no problems when I have drained coolant when replacing timing belt with a water pump, and then just adding coolant bleed in some place like this or from the heater. The amount of coolant that I have drained I put back in, and that was it. So maybe you don't have to worry if you don't have all this fancy stuff like vacuum tools and vacuum, VCDS scanner or other things to bleed coolant system. Also, when you press ignition, you will hear like coolant is already pumping. And also this pump is working. I can hear it, feel it. This one. And for now I'm done with coolant, and I will go back to it later after priming fuel system with VCDS. You can put scanner and press ignition. So first you go to options, then press test to make sure that everything is connected correctly. Okay. Then press save. Next press select. I will wait. Now engine. Now you select output test, and you choose fuel pump electronics and press start, and you will hear that the fuel is going through the system. Or another option that you can choose in VCDS is select engine, then basic settings, then transfer fuel pump test, press go, and it runs. You can hear it from the side under the car. It will go by itself a couple of times. The air is pumping. Still it's running, and it finished test, press stop, down, go back and start the engine. And you can do this test a couple of times to make sure that the air go out completely from the system. And now I will start the engine for short period. In my case it won't start right away because valve lifters doesn't have enough oil pressure inside of them, and valves are not opening correctly, and once engine builds up pressure it will start. And it works. I will stop and check the oil level.
Here's how you can determine the correct oil level on the dipstick.
Engine all capacity approximately 4.7 liters, and dry fill is approximately from 5.7 to 6 liters.
For ea288 2.0 TDI engine, the recommended oil specification is W507.0.
And this is alternative way of priming fuel system, but do it at your own risk. You can prime fuel. Just disconnect high pressure pipe from the injector. Put on it hose. Slacken all those nuts on the high pressure pipes. And then prime with the hand primer. Clean fuel into the rail. The air will come out. Then you crank engine without connected injectors, just for like 30 seconds, then put back in and start the engine normally. Also, you can try to prime it through the filter. You can disconnect hose that goes to the filter. This one connects over here, hand pump, and prime clean fuel into the system until air will come out from the high pressure pipes, then tight high pressure pipes. And another way of priming in this video. And some diagrams of the fuel system. And now I will go back to the cooling system. Coolant drops. And still is dropping because the coolant pump is working, one of them. You can hear it. And you need to add more coolant. And as the engine warm up, you will need to add more coolant. Yet 5 liters comes in to the system. So as you can hear, coolant is circulating, and when you shut down the engine, the electric pump will run coolant on the system even when the engine is not working. And the coolant will drops until it stops. That water pump was working like for 2 minutes or so. On the cold, coolant must be on 5 mil from top line, something like that. When hot, it can rise into this spot.
Checking coolant level after repair work.
So I enable electric pumps by just pressing ignition, wait, do it a couple of times, and after that I poured like something about 2 liters of coolant. So by now total amount of coolant in the system is approximately 7 liters, something like that. And now I will warm up engine without bleeding coolant system with VCDS. Now you can check for any leaks, anything. This is how it works. Temperature to the high level. Everything is good when you feel the heat from these deflectors. Let it work, heat it up. Coolant temperature is almost 0, but the heat is now. I feel it, and it was like for maybe 2 minutes, and that's already good. And you can see that circulation is going. And you can light up return pipe of the expansion tank to see if the circulation of coolant is going. And I have added something about 1.5 liters of coolant during this warm-up. So coolant temperature is almost 90. Coolant rises above this dot will make. Coolant is flowing. And you can just check that every hose is warm or not, or at least it have coolant inside. All of these are warm, and this cold, and this one also is cold, and that's because of the thermostat. When it opens, it should be warm also. So basically, when you put in coolant system with VCDS, all it does is enables 2 electrical water pumps, then it opens switchable water pump, raises RPMs to 3000 and something like that. So you can do it manual, just press acceleration. And also with automatic transmission, DSG. At idle, you can't raise engine RPMs higher than 2,500. No matter how hard you press pedal, RPMs won't go above 2.5. So temperature is now 90. Circulating. Coolant system have three circuits: micro, high temperature, and low temperature circuit. Micro temperature circuit works when you start the engine and it helps to warm up engine faster. And when you start moving and the engine RPMs go up, the switchable coolant pump is turned on to ensure that the engine is cooled. Then when engine speed drops, pump turns off if the engine is not warm enough. Large temperature circuit works when the coolant has reached operating temperature. Then thermostat opens and integrates radiator into the coolant circuit. In low temperature circuit, ECM activates electric coolant pump V188 to regulate temperature of the charged air.
Now bleeding cooling system with VCDS.
So you select, next engine, then security access, and enter these numbers, press OK, then go back and select adaptation and bleeding cooling circuit, then change value to active and press do it, then yes. OK, go back, select basic settings and choose bleed cooling circuit. Then start the engine, press go and pay attention to these recommendations. Press brake pedal, release brake, depress accelerator, release accelerator pedal, and test begins. After about 5 minutes, engine RPMs will be 2,500. And then after 1 minute, RPM will raise to 3000, and then engine idle on 1000 RPM. And finally, test ends at normal idle RPM. Then you need to press stop, done, go back, shut down the engine but keep ignition on, and you can bleed low temperature circuit. So go to basic settings, choose bleeding low temperature circuit. It may happen that you press go but test doesn't start, then you will need to change this value from 0 to 4. I set it to 4. And process goes. You will hear. This pump is running, and also another one. and it will probably take forever for this test to finish on its own. So I just press stop, done, go back. Now you need to deactivate this procedure of bleeding coolant circuit, adaptation, then channel, bleed coolant circuit, then choose not active, do it, yes, close, controller, go back, exit, and you finish all these tests with VCDS. And don't forget to remove silicate bag from the expansion tank before it's too late. So you have installed lower bolt cover, then like this mount bracket, and then you need to install this small piece of upper bolt cover. It goes like this, up, and it's inside. And small bolt over there. And you tie them up. Rush to tight this bolt all the way, let it be loosened, and then you install upper cover. Easy breezy. Take it easy. Make sure that every step you take, every move you make, every clamp is in place. And over there, check also with the finger, and then tight that bolt, that one bolt over there, and then only mount bracket and everything else.